All right, hello everyone, and welcome to another day of our data analytics training classes. Today we'll be looking at some very important functions that enables you to calculate the number of days in between two different dates. I'll take it again, the number of days you have in between two dates, okay, or between two dates as the case may be. All right, so the assumption is that you could be a project manager or someone who does project for people, okay, and you are given some projects to do, and of course you have the start dates and the end date. So you want to find out how many days you will need to work to execute and deliver these projects. That's what we're going to be looking at today. And it will be unprofessional that you have a project and you can't tell how many days it will take you to deliver this project. And it will also be primitive of you to take pen and paper and start checking the dates manually. Checking calendar to be able to get the number of days. So that is why you need this knowledge to be able to do these things, okay, at the comfort of your home, more like. All right, so the first thing we're going to be looking at is the days function, okay. And of course, you remember to introduce the function, you start with the equal symbol. You now write the days. Of course, you open the function. It gives you the array of things to supply. The first one is the end dates. Supply the end dates. Of course, separate with a comma. It highlights the second argument. You supply the second argument. Do not forget to close the bracket. When you do, hit the enter key. It gives you the number of days that is between this 30th of June 2025 to December 31st 2025. That's 184 days. All right, that means if you work from Monday to Sunday, that's the weekend is inclusive, you have to do 184 days. But then you can also find out how many days you have to work if you exclude the weekend days. That's if you work only Mondays to Fridays, and that is where the net work days comes to play. All right, so let's introduce the network days. For this one, the first argument is the start day, so you supply it. You have your comma, you supply the end date. Now in Excel, when you have an argument in commas, alright, there are two options, there are two possibilities. It's either you ignore or you let Excel pick for you. So in this case, we are going to let Excel pick, because it's a known fact that weekend days are Mondays and Saturdays and Sundays, rather 2 days. That's the norm. So you close the bracket. All right, and you have 133 days. Of course, you can fill up. You can also fill up here. All right, so what that means is, for the first project, you have to work 133 days to execute completely if you work from Mondays to Fridays. All right, how about a scenario where you are in a country where the weekend days are not like the regular Saturdays and Sundays, or you work in an organization where The weekend days could be Friday and Saturday. It could be just Friday. It could be just Monday. It could be anything. How do you calculate that? For such situation, you will need the network days international. The network day international allows you to customize your weekend. Let's see how that works. You introduce the network day. Of course, it's the second option. You pick it. You supply your arguments. The first one is the start date. You supply the second one, which is the end date, and then it gives you the option to pick your preferable weekend kind. Let's assume it's Fridays only. You double click to pick, you close the function, and then you hit enter. So if you work weekends exclusive, but in the weekend is just one day, you have to work 159 days. You can equally fill up. Alright, so as you can see, we have shown how to calculate the days when you work all through, how to also calculate when you work only Mondays to Fridays, and of course how to calculate the number of days when you work a kind of a work structure where the weekend is just one single day. Alright, I think it's pretty clear. However, if you have questions to ask, if you have observations, or whatever it is you have, please make use of the comment section. We'll be glad to hear from you. That ends it for today. Like I always will say, stay tuned as we will come with more videos. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.